Hello and welcome to the Dating Unsettled show where we dare to date differently. I'm your host, JoyOfodu, and today we are talking about a highly demanded episode. This is which dating apps are worth paying for. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your money. But in this episode, I will tell you what to do with your money. I'll also tell you what I did with my money. I dated online for 1 year, 2 years. The exact history is lost. Ask the Smithsonian. They know. I don't. It'll go down in history, but I know that I did invest in dating. And it's a very nerve-wracking concept for people. I know immediately a lot of people are like, you're like, red flag. Why would I pay for a dating app? Why should I invest? These people are trying to sucker you. Yes. Yup. These people are just trying to get your money. They sure are. Yup. Because that's what puts food on their table. But think about dating instead of like you giving something up to somebody else. Think about paying for a dating app as a way for you to efficiently cut through the noise. I've already published different episodes of Dating Unsettled that are about how you can like hardball as a dating method and ways for you to move quicker and faster and smarter. Paying for dating apps is one of those ways. It might be the most important way to navigate a dating app. I know that's like a controversial statement. A lot of apps are free. Yes, you can meet people for free. You can even search them up on IG or other, little social media sites. You can go on fan base and find somebody. But I recommend dating apps over social media apps because, we're going to get into a lot of fights in this episode, but just bear with me, okay? Look at me. I'm comfy. Are you comfy? Are you settled in wherever you're listening or watching? Good. The first thing that I think about is that anybody who signs up for a dating app is going to be more likely to be interested in dating than people who are on a social media app. It sounds so basic, but if you've ever tried to shoot your shot on an Instagram, a fan base, another app, you'll find that you might get a response and you might not. Yes, it's the same thing on a dating app, but at least you know that the people who signed up there, they came because it's a dating app. They know what type of time it is. It doesn't have, that's a lot. Buy me dinner first. They know what type of time it is, okay? So when you sign up for a dating app, just be encouraged that you are amongst other people who might be more likely than the average person to be interested in dating. Now, people who pay for dating apps, to me, are even more intentional. You might say, well, they just have money to throw around. Okay, is that such a bad thing? God. But I hope that you can feel encouraged and inspired to pay for at least one dating app. There are different ways for you to trial it so you don't have to buy full memberships. Now, full disclaimer. Okay, at the time of recording this, because I can't talk about when it's going to hit the internet, but at the time of recording this, I am not officially in partnership with any of the dating apps that I'm going to mention. So all of the advice that I'm giving you is from my spirit and it's free, and I hope that you use it, okay? Let's begin with the dating apps that I paid for myself when I was dating. Do not judge me based on the quantity, and I'll explain the quantity in a second. The first couple of dating apps that I paid for were Bumble, Hinge, Black or VLK, The League, and Raya. That was my holy, what do you call a trinity when it's 5? That was my quintinity. That's my holy quintinity. And Bumble, Hinge, Black, The League, and Raya each gave me a different dating experience. Each had their own algorithm. Each had different benefits, but had pretty similar swiping structures, with the exception of The League that only offers you like 3 matches per day. So, of all of those, which ones are worth paying for? Let's dive in. All right, so the first one's Bumble, and I feel like when people talk about Bumble, it's with like, oh yeah, well, so I'm on Bumble. Like it's almost the first app people are going to mention. You know what I'm saying? It's very zillennial, it's very casual. Bumble offers you Bumble Dating and Bumble BFF. I don't know if you can pay for benefits on Bumble BFF, but we're not here for platonic stuff. We're here to find love. So let's talk about the features that are available within the Bumble dating profile. There's Premium and Life and Boost. I paid for Bumble Premium, and then I was gifted Bumble Life. Actually, at the time, by the Bumble team. Thanks, Bumble. Okay, so Bumble Boost has unlimited swipes, and it also has Rematch, and Premium has the same. And it also has Beeline. Okay, so unlimited swipes. Why does this matter? After scrolling through the free version of Bumble for long enough, it's going to tell you that you've swiped on enough people for the day. I don't know what that number is at this time. Of course, I haven't been on the apps in a while. I stay loyal. But I am. Bumble offers you a certain number of swipes per day. You're going to max out. Now, maxing out might be a good time for you to stop. So if you like the fact that Bumble is offering you like a little bit more intentionality by controlling your number of free swipes, maybe don't pay. I don't know. It's up to you. But if you want to get past that because you're trying to date quickly, you're trying to date more efficiently. And when I say quickly, I don't mean discarding and treating people like they are the profile that they are on the page. I just mean cutting through the muck and like getting through it in the long term in a shorter amount of time. If I was not on dating apps, do you know how long it would have taken me to find my partner? It already took 1.5 to 2 years. I'm going to estimate that it would have taken me 5 to 6 years, given the state of the world, how busy I am, my interests and investments. So when it comes to Bumble and having unlimited swipes, it is really, really important and a great benefit. The next is rematch. So the unique feature of Bumble is that it asks femmes, asks the goyles to message first. It actually requires you to do so. You cannot swipe on a man, if you're interested in men, on Bumble and then just like sit and wait for them to message you. You have to message first. Rematch offers you the opportunity after 24 hours have passed, that's your little window, Cinderella, to actually rematch with that person and re-engage the conversation. Now, I don't want to get into politics of rematch because we could talk about whether or not you should or shouldn't rematch all day. But my basic philosophy is this, and you can trust me because I'm a podcast host. My basic philosophy is if you are interested in that person, rematch. Should I rematch it? Don't ask your friends. Don't ask your mom. Don't ask your roommate. Just rematch. They are still available to you if you are paying for the premium features of Bumble. And it's absolutely worth it. You might have been busy. They might have liked you back, but you had your notifications off. So it's worth it. Just go back to the app, pay for the rematch ability, and then hit rematch. You don't even need to talk about or explain why you rematched with somebody. But if they ask, you can just be honest, like, hey, I was super interested in you and I wasn't open at the time. They will understand and hopefully want to go out on a date with you because they already liked you back. Aw, you're halfway there. The next is Beeline, and this is a great feature on Bumble. It's where you can pay to see who likes you first. This is juicy. This is good for the busy girls because if you're somebody who's struggling, A, with your time, like you just don't want to sort through all those profiles, and B, you're struggling with like feelings of insecurity or rejection or feeling like, oh my God, how many times have I put myself out there for somebody to say no? Beeline allows you to kind of switch gears and put yourself in the driver's seat. So you are, well, you're not driving. You're actually, you know what it is? You're like the queen on Bridgerton where you're kind of sitting back and you're like, next. And then somebody comes and they kind of petition for you and you're like, too hairy. Next. Yeah, so Beeline is great. I loved seeing who likes me. It's just a fun little delight also to know that you've got like 8, 21 people in your Beeline at any given time. And paying to see who likes you can feel a little vain, but it's really just time efficient. So consider giving it a try. Pricing on Bumble varies, and all of the pricing that I'm going to offer during this episode is subject to change because you know these apps are creative and experimentative and they like to switch it up. But at this current moment in time, it's $16.99 a month for Boost, and then it's $39.99 a month for Premium, or just wait, $229.99 for Bumble Life. I know that number sounds scary because it's already above $100 and you're like, what? Why would I pay for a lifetime dating subscription? I don't want to be single for my whole life. You're not manifesting being single or searching for a partner for the rest of your life. But what I think you are doing is saving money. If you are like me, because I was paying at a certain time $39.99 a month on Premium, the amount of time that I ended up spending on Bumble, I would have saved way more money had I invested in Bumble Life first. And then you just get to forget about it. That Bumble Lifetime subscription, it literally offers you everything that you need. So all of the best benefits of Bumble at the time are available inside the Bumble Life. So if you don't want to sort and think and and you're like, I really want to find a partner, know that Bumble is popular. It's on the rise. It's showing no signs of stopping. So it's a great investment to make, even at a lifetime length, if you don't intend to be on it for your whole life. And I like it. If you're feeling nervous, you can just try that like $16.99 a month weekly for Bumble. And it's like It's good vibes, you know? For a week, you feel like a princess, you feel special. One thing that you're going to see when you start paying for dating apps like Bumble and Hinge and the rest is that you will see profiles you never saw before. This is for a variety of reasons. Do I think it's intentional and that they are gatekeeping and withholding some of the better matches and better alignments for after you swipe that credit card? I absolutely do. I'm under no pretenses that it's just a coincidence that all the hot people start showing up after you pay, but I say it's worth it and it provides like a more fulfilling dating life. So consider investing in Bumble. I did think that it was kind of cool. Next would be Hinge. Hinge is free to swipe through, but it maxes out at 8 likes daily. So you can swipe your little heart out through all of the criteria. Now, one thing about the criteria, both on Bumble and Hinge, is that paying will get you access to manipulate more criteria. So it might be that at the time you can only manipulate one or two things like height, religion, location. But if you're paying, you have the opportunity to be Willy Wonka and design your own chocolate factory and go through the dating app selecting exactly what you are looking for in a dream partner. I really like that Hinge allows you to select for ethnicity. For me, this is one of the things that set it apart. I could sort for only Black men or Black men who were mixed race, and this was important to me. It's important to my culture, it's important to my lineage and what I'm trying to build, and it's one of the few dating apps that allowed me to select for something like that for free and then also while paid. So if you know that you're gonna max out at 8 likes per day and you're like, you know what? 8 is a lot. Me saying that I'm interested in 8 people, that's enough. Then you can stop listening. Like that might work for you and it might be a nice slow go. But odds are that if you are listening or watching this far, you are really interested in investing. So we're gonna talk about investing in Hinge. Now, the Hinge Plus went from $50 a month, which is a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Would I pay $50 a month? In the swing of things, yes. While burned out, probably not. But the good news is that it went from $50 a month down to $30 a month. So it's a little bit more competitive with Bumble and the other apps in terms of what you're paying for. Every Hinge user gets roses for free weekly. What's a rose? Well, a rose is a flower. It's also the name of that girl who left Jack. What happened in Titanic? Did Rose, I never finished it. Did Rose die? Oh, so she survived. She's the one who turned old, huh? See, I keep seeing Titanic in pieces. Okay, so Rose is somebody who survived the Titanic. Did she survive in real life, though? Like she's a real life person. Like Rose survived from the Titanic. That's crazy. Shout out to her. Is she still alive? Or is it like rest in peace? Oh, we're very sorry. Sorry to Rose and family. So Rose is someone who survived the Titanic, but Rose is also a measure of currency, I guess. It's like a little treat that Hinge hands you, and it's going to sort out optimized profiles for you. One thing that you should know and remember about these profiles, and this is, if you listen to nothing else I say about investing, just remember this key detail about investing with your time. As you are searching and sorting through the profiles, they are learning from your choices and from your behavior. Every single precious second that you spend sitting on Hinge or Bumble or The League and you sit on a little portion of that profile, the app is learning from you and it's going to take that and apply that to your algorithm. It is building you a custom generated search, both paywalled and non-paywalled, based on where you spend your time. So if you spend time on a particular part of the profile, I don't know, like height, am I directly attacking anyone in the face, in the gut right now? If you spend a lot of time on height, Hinge might put all the tall guys behind the paywall, behind the rose paywall, but they will give you a couple roses and sort for you some like little rosy selections for you to give your rose like 1 rose, you know what I'm saying, per day, or 1 to 2 roses per day to these special, really tall young men. Hinge, feel free to fight me. If you feel like you are not hiding tall guys behind a paywall, I'm here. I'd love to talk. I know you've got data scientists. But that was my experience. I felt like the tallest, stockiest, like to me, the rose guys on Hinge were the guys that I was more likely to be into who wouldn't be into me. That's unsettling. It's like the dream guy type of thing. But then when you talk to him, you find out he actually doesn't have a personality. So is it worth investing in roses and Hinge? No, I wouldn't do it. For me, it's a boo on roses. I don't like the idea that any one set of guys that's like hand-plucked by the app is more valid or interesting or worthy of investment to the tune of like $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $20 than the other set of the guys that I'm swiping through. My criteria are my criteria. So trying to like cherry pick the guys from the criteria and present them to me behind yet another paywall, for me, wasn't quite my jam. But I do love Hinge. I'm a serious, well, not anymore. I gotta clarify that. God, I'm in a relationship. But I was a serious power user and lover of Hinge, and I did believe that it was worth investing in. Next would be BLK. Now, BLK's pricing and membership options are, let's say, vast, and they are going to change and vary by region, but there's a 1-week elite or premium membership, or you can get per month. So I'm just going to give you the ranges because the ranges of BLK are set to change. This could be $9.99 up to $29.99 per week or per month or for elite or for whatever they decide to call it next week. Here's why I love the BLK app, because I don't want y'all to think I don't love it. I did. I had some of my best dates from there. And the BLK app is for Black dating. I'll say it again rather loudly, this time a short distance from the mic so I don't burn it out. The BLK app is for Black dating. I probably burned out the mic anyway, but you get the point, right? BLK is for Black daters. So if you're not a Black dater, but you want to date Black people, go do it in real life. To me, it was exciting, energizing, important that the BLK app or Black, I don't know, what do y'all want to call it? People call it BLK, you call it Black. Comment below what you call it. I don't know what to call it. The BLK app was full of Black daters, period. I knew that I wasn't going to have to sort or pay or apply a special filter, but that I was generally going to be exposed to Black daters. I have some gripes. I have just a couple. I'm like Colin and Samir. I have a few gripes with the BLK app, and there are a couple things within the technology that made me feel a little, But ultimately, this is yet another app worth paying for because the free experience to me leaves a lot to be desired. This is one where like the feature like Bumble's Beeline, seeing who's already swiped on you on Black, it's so important. At any given time on Black, I might have 30 guys who had swiped and said that they were interested in me, or I would have like 826 because I had been away for a couple months, on the other apps. I don't know about you, but if 826, which that seems almost fabricated, but if 826 people say that they're interested in me, I want to meet them. So I did. I paid for that. Of those 826, I did a lot of sorting, and I think I only physically ended up going out on dates with like 3. I know those numbers sound painful, but they were really meaningful dates, and they were people that I was like, potentially I could see myself with this person. And that's what we're looking for. So is investing in BLK worth it? Yes. Do you need to kind of fight through a couple of technical things? You sure do. Now, it's been a couple years since I've used the BLK app, so I can't speak to what incredible improvements and adjustments they've probably made to the app. But if you are in a position where you're feeling like, I'm ready, I know I only want someone from my culture, and I don't want to pay for a race-based filter, then I would highly recommend investing in something like Black. Unless you're not Black, okay? Next is The League. The League is an app that is very pretentious. That's all we can call it. It's pretentious. It's privileged. It's a little classist, just a wee bit. But we love it. It's ambitious. It's supposed to be screening for people who your mom would be very proud of, essentially. That's what The League is screening for. This is based on credentials. It's based on status. It's based on your employment history. And unlike the other apps that I mentioned paying for, The League actually has a wait list and an application process. Now, speaking as a young Black woman who was working at the largest social media company in the world in the Bay Area at the time of applying, I had no problem getting in. I was also headed into grad school, so I think that probably influenced my waitlist timing. It just sounds sick. Like it sounds wrong, even as I'm saying it and encouraging it. But I came to tell you what I did to find love and give you my honest opinions. So I cannot do so without mentioning my time on The League. It's going to ask you to connect your LinkedIn. So just be ready for that when I sit classes. Like they're really going in, okay? They are, oh boy. The league is different from these other apps because it's only giving you 3 matches per day. What do you mean? Like I can see everyone, Joy, and then I get 3 people to match with? No, no, no. It is going to hand select based on your preferences, based on what's available in the region, 3 different profiles to show you every day to try to get you out of this habit of no, 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 no. Oh, he's hot. Yes. Like the league wants you to be a bit more intentional about it because it's going through the trouble of presenting such high quality matches. How do I feel about this? It was frustrating. I'm not going to lie, because the pace of every other app was like swipe, swipe, swipe. And I felt like I had developed a little bit of a rhythm. Sometimes going on the league felt disruptive to my whole experience. The good news is, because it was so different, it felt like an event. So investing in something like the league or investing in tickets, which is like the league's currency, it felt like a little special little treat, like a little luxury, like something different. So I don't know if I can recommend it or not, but I can tell you this. You might spend $99 weekly on the league. Yes, $99 weekly if you decide to be a paying member and to see more than 3 people presented to you per day. That's a big price tag. Most of the people I'm talking to, I don't think are willing or interested in spending $99. I'm just going to say it again, $99 weekly. My personal belief is that is an app worth me paying $30 to $40 weekly if I'm finding super genuine connections from it and a potential life partner? Absolutely. 99? I might just spend double the time or be on 2 different apps or 3 different apps that cost me $30 before I go pay the $99 weekly. So to me, the pricing was a bit much. I did not end up investing in that weekly service. However, you can pay 99 cents for a timeout on the league. What is a timeout? Look, they're going to give you 3 matches per day. If you didn't look at your matches from the last day, you're still stuck with your other 3. That's how intentional and slow it is. So they're not just going to refresh you 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. You actually need to say no, no, no. Almost like an auntie that's coming to you that's like, do you like my son? And you have to be like, no, auntie, I don't, just for her to stop. The league is the same way, but in a classist way. So just know that if you want to take a break from the league, you want to take a break from being perceived based on your accomplishments and your merit and your trophies and your StockX. If you want to take a break from the league, you have to pay to do so. But to me, this was worth paying for because I didn't want to be kicked out. So that's like a 99-cent cost. It might change. How do I feel about it in general? 99 cents, yes. $99, no. God help us. I'll go to church. Okay. The next is Raya. Raya is one dating app that I feel like, I'm going to say it because no one else going to say it. And I want to be honest with you and I want to save you money and time. Raya is overhyped. We can go. No, just kidding. We're not going to leave. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you with that. Raya is overhyped. It's an app that purported to be this sort of like celebrity dating app. And people were talking about, oh, I saw James Franco on there. Oh, I went on a date with Daniel Kaluuya from Raya. And I think that all of these like one-off chance celebrity encounters based on their interest on any given day gave people a lot of hope that they could have this like Wattpad-like, love story. This is not Beyond the Lights, you know what I'm saying? This is real life. And at the end of the day, do you want to be with Daniel Kaluuya or do you want to be with the nigga who looked like Daniel Kaluuya but works in software and goes to your local's farmer's market? Yeah, that's what I want. So that's what I have. So Raya for me, it was a lure. It was exciting as someone who wanted to make sure that I tried the dating apps before I dissed them. I was excited to download. Here's what I didn't like about Raya's payment structure. There is no freemium. So just like the league, you apply to Raya, you get on a bit of a wait list. Some people are stuck on that list from 6 months to a year. It took me about 3 to 4 months before I spoke to an existing member of Raya to write me a referral. Raya, when you apply, is going to ask you, who do you know here? like a big beefy frat bro in front of the frat house, and you actually have to tell Raya by connecting your contacts and their phone numbers who you know here. It is not playing around of trying to create a little bit more of a members club type of feel around dating. So that's going to turn a lot of people off immediately. But if you're still turned on to Raya, feel free to keep listening. If you're still turned on to Raya, who am I to stop you, right? Let's just keep rolling. So after you say that you're interested in Raya, it's going to connect your contacts and it's going to ask you, who do you know? You actually literally have to click them. It's going to send that person a message like, do you know so-and-so? So do not play around. Do not select people in your phone who are not going to write you a good, strong Raya recommendation, because it will literally ask them. Then they send letters of rec. I had a social friend of mine send a letter on my behalf, like Joy should be on Raya and here's why, blah, 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 blah. And that's how I got in. I got in maybe like a week or so later. So very strange type of system. Once I finally made it past the gate though, I was like, cool, I'm ready to get in there. I'm ready to download and swipe and see the celebrities and I want to go home with John Boyega. And that's not what happened. When I got on Raya, it told me, great, welcome, you're in. Now you got to pay $9.99 a month. Immediately. Off the bat, here's $9.99 a month. Before you even know what we're offering, $9.99. And with the lure and the promise of Jason Momoa leaving his wife to date me, I said, sure, I'll do it. However, what I found is celebrities? Celebrities or guys with cool jobs. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I didn't see anybody that I had ever seen on the cover of Us Weekly. I saw guys that I felt like I could have run into on any other dating app. Guys that I sometimes had seen on other dating apps. And what I also didn't like about Raya is that even though I'm coastal, like y'all, I'm Bay Area based. We're in Oakland right now. Like I'm Bay Area based. I wanted to stay Bay Area or LA, keep it on the coast with my dating. It was showing me people from like Germany and New Zealand and London and like one cute guy from LA who I did connect with. He's following me now on Instagram. Hope he sees this. Hope he's doing well. But at the end of the day, Raya wasn't for me. It did not hold the promise. There was nothing behind the paywall that I felt like made it different or special from other dating apps that I had actually invested more money into. So y'all, the price of the dating app is not a true indication of what lies behind. Right? Just because it's $229, just because it's $19, just because it's $9, just because it's $60, doesn't have any indication as to the type of value you're going to derive from it. Okay. All of these investments are really what you put into them. You can pay for likes and swipes and extra things on Raya if you like, but $9.99 is the base price that you're going to pay to get in there. So do I think it was worth it? I think you can hear it in my voice. I'm going to say absolutely not. Cut the celebrity dreams, baby. You need you a man with a gut. You need you a man who's not trying to get on TV. You need you a man you could just cuddle up at night. He gonna warm you and your kids. That's what you need, not Raya. All right. Here are some other apps that you can pay for. If you are feeling energized by this conversation and you're like, Joy, I don't even care about the negative things you have to say. I just want to experiment and try and see for myself. Well, then baby, I understand. I'm going to tell you a couple other apps that you can only get into by paying. And these include Match.com, which go Match.com. One of the oldest and most original. Match is still strong. We love that for Match. eHarmony. eHarmony is so cute. I feel like eHarmony is for people to have like a second chance. You know what I'm saying? And it could be for young people. I don't know much about the demographics of eHarmony. If you work at eHarmony and you want to come on Dating Unsettled and talk about what y'all are doing, I'd love to hear it. God, Karen, let's catch up. Let's do it. But eHarmony to me is cute. You gotta pay, which means that people are gonna be intentional. Once you put your dollars behind something, you move a little different. We know this. Elite Singles, which sounds a lot like The League, but older, especially if you have to pay to start. And then there's some other freemium apps that you know of or have heard about that I just didn't pay for. And this is Tinder, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, Coffee Meets Bagel, which is Asian woman owned. They have a great story on Shark Tank. Christian Mingle and FarmersOnly.com. I don't even know. I think Christian Mingle is still up. Christian Mingle, J Swipe. There's a Muslim dating app too. You can listen to our other Dating Unsettled episodes to hear about those. They're kind of fun. Farmers Only. If you don't have to be lonely and you went to FarmersOnly.com and you found love, I am begging you, begging you to come on Dating Unsettled. I promise I won't laugh at the fact that you're a farmer. We need farmers. We need farmers in this nation, but I want to talk to you because I would love to understand things about farmers only, but like they said farmers only. So I want to be respectful. Like, I don't even feel like I can go into my URL search bar and type up farmersonly.com. I just don't even feel invited into that. So if you are if you are a success story from Farmers Only, or you know somebody who found love on Farmers Only, please send them my way. We got to talk about it. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm going to give you some superlatives because I believe that all of these apps deserve a reward. They deserve a little something nice to make them smile. The app that is best for dates for me from everything would be Bumble. I had a good, jolly time on Bumble. And I think the best thing about it is feeling like after you pay, again, we're investing. After you pay, it feels really unlimited. There were very few times after plugging in all of my criteria on Bumble where I wouldn't get any matches or any options whatsoever. And I needed that. Like, when you've been dating for a long time, you feel like, okay, cool, I've met 30 guys, I've met 50 guys. How many more people are in my area? How many more people are out there? How many more people match this criteria? And you start having like a scarcity mindset. It's a very unsettling experience of like, I don't know, people say like, they're moving through everybody. Like, it's just, you feel gross even for like judging and swiping through all of these people and trying to make a decision and having decisions made about you. So it was really encouraging to me that when I was on Bumble and even Hinge, I felt like options were rather limitless. This is just because they have bigger pools. They are the bigger fish taking up a little bit more space than the other apps. So Bumble to me is the best for dates. It's the best for even if you don't know if you're going a long way with somebody, because you can search for seeking for a relationship or something casual or I don't know yet, which God would be great if you knew. The fact that on Bumble you can indicate what you're looking for and then go out that night. There were many a time, I'm proud and happy to say there were many a time where I would meet somebody and feel safe enough / well-researched enough based on their profiles to go out with someone I met on Bumble that same night. And those were fun and hilarious and amazing dates that I will always remember. The best dating app for conversation for me goes to Hinge. Oh, baby, there's just no better app for convo. Like, Hinge has really perfected it. They've gotten it down to a science. Hinge has invested a lot more in being the chit-chat app and being the app where they are drumming up and stirring up different conversation starters for you to get invested in. And I like it. Like, I really do. I'm a talker. Have you noticed? I have a podcast. I'm a talker and I like Hinge. And I like the fact that they've added voice notes. This is producing some very, very funny results, some of which we've shared on the Dating Unsettled Instagram. You gotta listen to these. The dating app voice notes inside of Hinge make me wish that I was still, I can't say that with a straight face. I can't do it. I wanted to say make me wish I was still single. No, they make me wish that swiping would be a healthy activity for me at this time, just off the sheer entertainment value. So shout out to Hinge. It is the best for conversation. And I felt like the types of conversations I had, either based on the prompts or just based on the style of like what Hinge is, they led me to very deep places. Like, guys revealed a lot about themselves to me on Hinge. They revealed things about their health, whether or not they believed in the COVID vaccine. They believe in science, and they talked to me about rockets and where they wanted to go in space. And I was like, wow. And they educated me about black holes and finance. It was a lot. And I liked it. So if you like conversation, Hinge is the app for you. Now, the best apps for laughs, by far, by down. I don't even have my Caucasian lingo right. The best apps for laughs would be Tinder and BLK. There's just a lot of funny stuff there. There's a lot of people who swung into this country and downloaded Tinder. I don't know what it is. I don't know if that's the app that's like going through the WhatsApp group chats, but it's freaking hilarious. There are people who will tell you that they only have one more week left to be here and that they want you to be their wife. And if that's not good dating, I don't know what is. They're getting straight to the point. So there's a lot of good laughs to be had on Tinder. BLK as well. BLK is where you go and you see the guys who just got like dollars, especially here in the Bay Area, dollars all down their arm and a bottle of drink. The guys on BLK, they are our future presidents. They are our lawyers. They are software engineers. They are Amazon drivers. They are admitted drug dealers. They're everything. And I love that. You can't out-scam the scammer, baby. So BLK if you need a laugh. The best app for the advancement of the African-American race is BLK. I don't know, again, what the state of the technology is and how it's all going, but it's Match Group, so I believe in them. I believe in their capability to invest in Black daters and Black love. They've got a lot of cool social stuff going, so check out BLK. But I really believe, like, if you're Black and you want to date Black, that's a great place to start. And then finally, the best app to impress your mom and your auntie is The League. Yeah. That's where to go if you want to brag about meeting a doctor or a lawyer or an attorney or somebody who's deemed passable by a body of people that you will never meet or see who are also judging you. Then that's The League, and your mom and your auntie will be very happy about it. I hope that these insights about the dating apps worth paying for was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments which ones you are paying for. If you are listening to this, you're listening to Dating Unsettled in podcast form, I'm grateful for you. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're on our new and improved and fancy set, and I welcome you into our world. We love to talk about dating. We love to get intentional about it. And you should listen to Dating Unsettled every single week. Wherever podcasts are found, you can follow us and join us inside a fan base where we're going to be having even more breakout discussions about all of the money we've spent. I want to go home now. See you next week.